Attorney General Pam Bondi just shared this video that shows U.S. forces seizing an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. This marks a major escalation in tensions with Venezuela as the U.S. military continues to build up its forces in the Caribbean. The Venezuelan leader claims the goal of the buildup is to overthrow him. CBS News reporter Erica Brown joins us live now with more. So, Erica, what do we know about the operation?
Well, Juliet, as you noted there, the U.S. is ramping up its pressure campaign against Venezuelan President Maduro, and this is a significant escalation with the seizure of that crude oil tanker off of the Venezuelan coast. And we saw in that video of the operation two helicopters approaching that tanker called the Skipper, special forces rappelling down and then taking control of the tanker. Now, CBS News has learned that this operation was led by the U.S. Coast Guard with support from the Navy, and sources also tell CBS News that this operation began around 0600 hours today with special forces, members of the Coast Guard, members of the Marines with two helicopters, and this operation was launched from the USS Gerald Ford. That's the U.S.'s largest aircraft carrier that was dispatched to the region. Now, FBI Director Kash Patel in a social media post said a seizure warrant was executed for that tanker for what he says was transporting sanctioned oil from Venezuela to Iran, and President Trump earlier today confirmed this operation and the seizure at the White House. Take a listen to what he said.
As you probably know, we've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, a large tanker, very large. Largest one ever seized, actually. And other things are happening, so you'll be seeing that later, and you'll be talking about that later with some other people.
Now, when asked, the president suggested that the U.S. would keep the oil that was aboard that crude oil tanker. Juliet?
Erica Brown. Erica, thank you. Well, James LaPorta is a national security coordinating producer for CBS News, and he joins us live now from Washington. James, thanks for joining us. What are your sources telling you about the operation to seize this vessel?
Thanks for having me. It's essentially what Erica said. Earlier this morning, there was a joint operation that involved U.S. Marines, the United States Coast Guard, service members from U.S. Special Operations Command, and the U.S. Navy. And they launched what is called a VBSS mission, or a Visit Board Search and Seizure mission, which is typically used in counter-piracy missions or counter-narcotic missions. And their objective today was to seize and take control of that tanker. The tanker, which is known as the Skipper, had previously been sanctioned by the Department of Treasury back in 2022 for allegedly providing oil to both Iran and having alleged ties to both Iran and Hezbollah. But that's what we've learned so far about this particular operation.
So what could this seizure signal in the administration's campaign against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro?
So this is definitely an escalation. You know, if you look at the options that that President Trump has at his disposal, the first is moving the military pieces into place to do show of force missions, to be an intimidating force towards Maduro and Venezuela. Secondly is, the options of what we've seen since September, which is the striking of alleged drug boats coming out of Venezuela. Now you have the seizure of this tanker, which could possibly be a blow to President Maduro and his economy if he's not able to bring in funds to the Venezuelan economy from the sale of that oil.
James LaPorta. James, thank you.